Guys, welcome back to this UNO tutorial part 3. In previous tutorials, we have learned about a brief overview about Arduino UNO board and interrupts. If you didn't watch my past 2 tutorials, please go and watch. The links are available in my description. Or else you can go to my channel playlist and watch these tutorials. Coming to the point, this video is all about Arduino communication. Okay, let's begin our session. Guys, in this tutorial, I am gonna give you a detailed explanation about this Arduino communication. That is, in which way our Arduino board is going to communicate with its peripherals or other Arduino boards. So stay tuned with me, guys. Before getting some deep discussion about this, guys, let's have some introduction. Okay, tell me what is meant by communication. Communication means sharing of information between two persons, sharing of data between two persons, sharing of data between two physical objects. Okay, now you have came to know about this communication. There should be always a transmitter and a receiver. Further, this communication is classified into two parts. They are parallel communication and serial communication. Let's have some discussion about this. So guys, now we'll start with parallel communication. Parallel communication include more than one wire. So we can transfer multiple bits at a time. That is a byte at a time. Byte in the sense it consists of 8 bits. But it has some drawbacks because it is so cost effective. Why it is cost effective? Because we should buy more number of wires to connect this transmitter and a receiver. But for longer distance communication it will become more complex because of these multiple wires. So we came with a new method known as serial communication. In serial communication, we are using a single wire for the communication between the transmitter and the receiver. In serial communication, data is sent bit by bit from one computer to another computer in both the directions. Each bit has its own clock pulse. So what is meant by clock pulse, guys? So for example, take a normal clock. Normal clock controls the daily routine of a human being. In the same way, for controlling the signal from transmitter to receiver, that is for controlling the data transmission from the transmitter and the receiver, we are using this clock pulse. We can decide the speed of the circuit by changing the clock frequency. Further, the serial communication is classified into two types. They are asynchronous serial communication and synchronous serial communication. In asynchronous serial communication, data flows in half duplex mode. That is, one byte or a character at a time. It does not require clock pulse for controlling the data transmission, because it uses parity bits, that is, a start and a stop bit is added with 8-bit data, that gives total of 10 bits. So guys, one more point you should note. Clock pulse helps the receiver to get the required output according to the input data sent from the transmitter. So this is asynchronous serial communication. In synchronous serial communication, no extra bit is added. Rather, the data is transferred in the form of frames, which contain multiple bytes. Synchronization means the timing of the data transferred is equal to the clock frequency we have given to the circuit. So all the bytes will be having the same clock frequency. Guys, now you have came to know about this parallel and serial communication. Now let us see the advantages of serial versus parallel communication. So we all know that parallel communication is faster than serial communication because of more number of input and output ports. So if you want to transfer data between Arduino UNO board to Arduino Mega, you know that it requires more number of input and output lines on a microcontroller, so it can be more precious and few. Therefore, we prefer serial communication, sacrificing potential speed. Serial communication cables are thinner, longer and economical in comparison with parallel transmission cables. Guys, we are done with the introduction about this communication. Now let us move towards the main topic, which is Arduino serial communication. One more point, guys, I hope you got awareness about this Arduino serial communication. Why we are using only serial communication other than parallel communication. You may be knowing it because of the input output pins on the Arduino UNO board. Okay, so Arduino UNO board has an onboard serial to USB converter, and hence we can directly connect the Arduino to the computer. Using this USB connection and Arduino IDE, we can send data to Arduino and also receive the data from an Arduino. This data can be monitored with the help of serial monitor in the Arduino IDE software. Okay, now that we have some idea about serial communication, now we will write a program for the communication between Arduino and a computer. Now let us see. So we'll make a simple program to check our board whether it is connected to our computer or not, that we can use to send one character to the Arduino and receive that character back. After all this, we'll control the LED or a motor, etc. Okay, we'll start our practical section. Guys, in this Arduino Uno board, in the digital pins, you can see TX and RX on the digital pins 0 and 1. These digital pins can be used while you're running your program. Okay, for serial communication between your computer and your Arduino board, the TX and RX pins will get activated. Okay, this is known as serial communication. Now let us perform the operation. Guys, before getting into the main part, first of all we'll check our board whether it is connected to a PC or not. So this code helped me to check the connection between my board and my PC. Okay, let us try to understand about this code. In this code you can see void setup, where I'm gonna keep my setup code here. Here is serial.begin function help us to communicate with the Arduino Uno board, and 9600 is a baud rate, guys. So it is bits per second. Basically it is a communication speed. So in void loop I'm gonna keep my main code here. Here I'm going to use while loop. So serial.available function processes our Arduino board will wait until it gets something from the computer. So this is the reason we are using this while loop. And double equal to indicates it will check whether if something is waiting for the Arduino that we have sent from the computer. Okay, if nothing is there, it will loop. So we are going to give the integer values. Int value equal to serial.read. So I'm going to use the serial.read function. So we are going to print the output, serial.print. So we'll check the output. First of all, we have to check. So I have verified the code. So no error. So I'm gonna upload the code. Yeah, done with my uploading. So I'm going to check the output. So I'm going to give the value 0. I got 48. What is this? So I'll give number 5. I got 53. So I'm going to give number 2. I got some. How much I got? I got 50. Okay, so I'm going to give 1. 49. So whenever I'm giving the character value, I'm getting these decimal values. Okay, so we'll check. For 0 we got 48. Okay, here you can see. For 0 we got 48. 48 we got. For 1, I'm going to give 1. For 1, I'm getting 49. So I'm not getting the same values. So we'll do some changes in the code, guys. So here near serial.read, I'm gonna subtract the character value minus single quoted 0. Okay, I'm gonna subtract the character value. So 0 in the sense, what is the value of 0, guys? So first of all I have to verify it. So the code is verified, so I'm gonna upload it. So we know the value of 0. What is the value of 0? 0 value is 48. So it will subtract the value. See, if I'm giving value 2, what is the value? 50. So it is going to subtract 50 minus 48. Okay, here you can see serial input value serial.read. We are going to give the value 2 here. So okay, here I'm gonna give the value. Here I'm gonna give the value 0. Okay, it is going to subtract. What is the value of 2? Here you can see the value of 2 is 50. So here I'm gonna give 50. Okay, here what is the value of 0? 0 value is 48. Okay, what is the result? 50 minus 48 is 2. Okay, you're getting it. So this is the reason I'm subtracting the character value. Okay, so we'll see the output now. Okay, for 0 I should get the same value 0. For 1 I'm getting 1. For 2 I'm getting 2. So our board is connected with our PC. So we'll do the working, like how I'm going to use the serial communication with my Arduino Uno board for blinking of LED. So we are going to make use of the inbuilt LED with the Arduino Uno board. Guys, this is the main part. In this I am going to control the LED bulb by using our Arduino Uno board. So for this purpose I am going to use the inbuilt LED which is there in our Arduino Uno board. Okay, the inbuilt LED bulb is connected to digital pin 13. So if you look at this code here, INT LED pin equal to 13. In the void setup I am going to keep my setup code. So serial.begin help us to communicate with the Arduino Uno board. Pin mode, we need output from the LED bulb. So LED pin output. In the void loop, I am going to keep my main code here. So while serial dot available double equal to 0, so I have explained about this. Int value equal to serial dot read minus the char value. Okay, the character value. Serial dot read, it will take the input. If the value is 1, the LED should glow. So serial dot print LED is on. Digital write LED pin high. So if the value is 0, LED should off. Serial dot print LED is off. Serial dot write LED is low. Okay, else serial dot print invalid. So if I'm giving some values like 2, 3, 4 other than 0 and 1, so we should get the output invalid. So we'll see the output now. First of all, we'll verify the code. So I have verified the code, so I'm going to upload the code. So I have uploaded the code to my board. So by using the serial monitor, I'm going to check the output. So if I give the value 0, the LED should off. Okay, if I give the value 1, LED should blow on. Okay, if I give the value 8 other than 0 and 1, we should get the output invalid. Okay, leave about the second line, the invalid one. Okay, leave just take the top value. Okay, if I give the value 3, we should get the output invalid. So this is how it works. Guys, now we are done with our practical explanation. So let us move towards some of the serial communication protocols. They are SPI, which is known as Serial Peripheral Interface, I2C Inter-Integrated Circuit, USB Universal Serial Bus, Firewire, Ethernet, RS-232, recommended standard 232. So these are some of serial communication protocols. Thank you for watching, guys. If you like this video, please like, comment and share with your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. See you in my next video. Bye.